Now, what can you do in a period of 3 years? You could complete a degree, you could write a novel. But that's how long it's taken the ridiculously talented Hong Kong musician Khalil Fong to complete his new album. And finally, we get a chance to hear it. Let's check it out.
Some people think he's from Shanghai. Although he wasn't born in Shanghai, he has a connection with the city. Sometimes people say he's the Hong Kong Jay Chou. However, he has his own thoughts on the matter.
I don't agree with it, but I don't particularly hate it.
After a 3-year wait, he has brought out his latest memory-filmed album, 15.
Now, there's a lot of influences from a lot of blues that I used to listen to when I was 15.
Here he is.
You're watching City Beat, 城市节拍，我是方大同。
6 years ago, if you didn't know who Khalil Fong was, nobody would blame you. However, 6 years on, you can't ignore his presence. As one of the few soul-based singers from Hong Kong, Khalil sealed his position in Chinese music with his very first album, Soul Boy, in 2005.
I kept thinking, when could I actually do a lot more blues-oriented stuff in my material? Because blues is the basis, is the root of all black music, all soul, R&B. So for me, I really wanted to try to bring that into the Mandarin market. And then later on down the road, I heard a John Mayer album, which I really liked a lot. And it was also totally different from what he had been previously doing, which was like acoustic pop. I kind of found like a sort of a unity in the way he used the influences of the old school soul music and the blues rock that he liked.
Cleo made a perfect debut in 2005 with a number of awards, including a Silver Award for New Male Artist on commercial radio. And although he's still compared to Jay Chou and David Tao, Cleo hopes to be recognized for his own style rather than being a clone.
I think it's a natural occurrence because in the Mandarin market, most people are really strangers to R&B and soul music. They've been sort of familiarized with R&B because of David Tao, Jay Chou, or Li Hong. So for them, in the Mandarin market, that's the only point of reference that they have for R&B music. I think for me, it's just that slowly I can start to introduce the genre a little more, slowly by slowly.
Although Cleo is known as a singer from Hong Kong, he has a deep connection with Shanghai. In his last album, Timeless, he recorded Red Bean to represent memories of his childhood in Shanghai.
At that time, Shanghai was totally different. It was under construction, and it was there were more bikes than cars on them. Because I didn't go to international school, my parents wanted me to go to local school. So for me, that was also I think really a good choice.
Cleo hasn't written any specific song for Shanghai yet. The city has a unique feel that makes him want to explain it in his unique way.
Poignant. Poignant is like rich. Not rich is in money, not rich is in value, but you might use it to speak of flavor or scent or a feeling. So it's something very deep. Because I like jazz a lot, and I think there's not a direct connection, but jazz in Shanghai is also like a pretty, I think, I would say it's in some way part of the Shanghai, the Western culture of Shanghai. So I think in that sense, I tend to like to try to do some jazz elements in my music, and hopefully in the future, I might do a more jazz-oriented album too, which I think would be really fun if I could do the shows in Shanghai, because Shanghai is really great for listening to live jazz.
Apart from music, Cleo has a signature dressing style. Some people say he looks just like a cult youth. What does he say?
basic, or rather, let's say, minimalist. I tend to stick with, solid colors like black, white, gray. The more colorful things that I wear consist of checkered checks. So I generally don't like too flowery stuff or too fancy looking stuff. Yeah. So for me, it's either for casual stuff, it's really jeans and simple. I haven't actually had the chance to be part of any particular design, but who knows? Maybe later on we'll have to see. I think if I design something, it might be too simple. They'll be like, wow, I can just get that somewhere else. So,
of course, we won't let the show end without a bonus. So Cleo decided to show his gratitude to all his fans.
也许是天气，也许是运气，也许是因为有人不放弃，也许是天意，也许不愿意，也许是因为他，还是因为我和你。
In his latest album, there's a song called Finally. It was written in honor of his friend's recent marriage. But for all his fans, we want to say it was finally a chance to hear from you.
That's all the time we have for tonight's show, but we'll be back at 9 p.m. tomorrow night, and we hope you will be too. In the meantime, keep us updated on what you're up to at wavewall.com/I Love City Beat. Thanks for watching, good night and goodbye.